queen of Halloween. What is your favorite thing
You're
about this
so
time of
kind.
year?
Oh my goodness. I this is absolutely one of my favorite times of year. I've loved Halloween since I was a kid. I love the coziness, a little bit of the, a little bit of the spookiness. I love the cooler temperatures, I mean, I'm into it all, the pumpkin spice. I'm team candy corn, which my husband disagrees with. And I love to decorate and because I just it takes me back to childhood and all the things about Halloween that I enjoyed even then. And I think it's so important these days to embrace that. And being an adult's hard enough. So yeah, I still love to decorate and still do a lot of those traditions and enjoy those things that take me back.
For sure. That kind of brings me to my next question. When do you and
Okay.
your husband start getting into the Halloween spirit and begin decorating? What's the first thing on the top of the to-do list? Lights, pumpkins, candy, etc. What's the first thing you guys do?
Well, it's usually like beginning of September.
Okay.
I would do August. I don't know if he would go for that, but yeah, like I'm usually after July 4th, I'm like waiting for fall and So I usually go for some pumpkins first,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, but the decor, like I love a mixture of like bright pops of color and then also a little spookiness. So pumpkins are essential, obviously. And I already mentioned my candles and everything, but yeah, I tend to go for like those staples that I have a mix of like DIY decor that I've made over the years and things that fans have brought me at different appearances and stuff. And then some of the props that I have like from Halloweentown and stuff. So it's a unique mix for sure.
I love it. I love it. So tell us about your partnership with STEM. What are some of your top tips and hacks for prepping and decorating for Halloween while also keeping the bugs away? Do not like bugs.
No, I don't like bugs either. I like the fake bugs on the
Yes,
decor. That's acceptable. That adds to my spookiness for sure. But
totally.
no, we don't love the real ones. And yeah, over the years of like decorating with fun things like fall florals and jack-o'-lanterns or things like hay bales, like people don't realize that those kinds of decor can like encourage the real creepy crawlers.
Mhm.
So among my tips, and I think it's really important to have products like stem kills ants, roaches, and spider spray because they help you manage the real creepy crawlers. It's for use both indoors and outdoors, which is nice. And I was even more excited about this partnership because they're doing like their fun Halloween promotion. If you go to stembugout.com and take a picture of your fake creepy crawlers, it will magically turn into a discount code for their
That's
spray.
so
So
cute.
yeah, I really love that. And it's made with essential oils and it's safe to use around people and pets when used as directed. And that was really important to me because Luna, my golden doodle, is curious about everything. So I was so excited that to have something that was safe to use around her when used as directed.
For sure. You got to take care of the furry friends. You got to think of them.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's my biggest, yeah, that is obviously the biggest priority. So
for sure.
she can be free to wear the various costumes I make her try on
Yes. Oh,
and walk around as a furry candy corn in the past. So yeah.
I love it.
She's a good sport.
I love it. So like many, many people, I am a huge Halloweentown fan. Even as I've
Oh,
gotten
thank
older, I'm
you.
31 years old. I still watch the films every year.
I
Well,
love
looking
it.
well, looking back at that time filming those movies, what do you remember most? And what are some of your favorite memories of Debbie Reynolds?
Oh my goodness. Well, like I said, I have loved Halloween since I was a kid, so I was truly so thrilled, especially then. Now, supernatural witches and these types of topics are seen more in scripted
Mhm.
TV movies, not so much then. So it was really unique and special to get like I get to read for a teenage witch like that was as a kid like oh my god I to get to pretend to do that it was
Yeah,
extra exciting to me. And with the production design of everything, it really felt at times like we were somewhere else, like in a Halloween town, and like just leaning into that in my just childhood imagination was just yeah, it was just thrilling for me to get to kind of enjoy it personally in a way too, and do the work. But truly an extra special, like, just privilege of doing those movies obviously was working with Debbie Reynolds, and not knowing, you hear such a legend is going to play your grandma, and you don't know, how it's going to be.
Right.
And she was just the nicest, kindest, funniest. I mean, body, sense of humor, everything. We had the best time. She always treated me like a peer, all of us kids, even when we were young. And she really wanted to impart as much wisdom as she could. I wish I had walked around like with a tape recorder and just
Right.
recorded everything she said,
Mhm.
because she told so many stories and you think you're going to remember them. You're like, oh, this is, and then you
Yeah.
get older and your memory doesn't work as well as you want it to. So, yeah, I wish I had just recorded everything because everything was so, so rich and full of history. But she was just the absolute best. Her favorite way to introduce herself to fans that would gather around set, she would walk over and say, "Hello, I'm Princess Leia's mom," and the crowd
Stop.
would get a kick out of it. They loved it. So
I
yeah,
love that. Wait, that's
yeah,
so
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
I love that. So, do you and Daniel feel that you get recognized more this time of year? And even though that you guys been together for years now, do some fans still freak out when they realize like Marnie and Cal are married?
Absolutely. Yes. It's the coolest thing. We could have never imagined like the amazing response and support that
Right.
we've gotten back from the fans when we first kind of made it public. There are still people to this day. I mean, we've been together for 8 years that like will see a post and be like, "Oh my God,
I see
are
the
you guys
comments. Yeah.
together? What?" And that's still so much fun.
Right.
So yeah, it's been really incredible to get to kind of share in this with the fans a bit too, and we're so touched at their at their response over the years. It's just been, it's really amazing.
And you and Daniel tied the knot earlier this year. What has been your
Yeah,
favorite part of married life so far?
honestly, it sounds simple, but calling each other husband and wife, like we
Oh,
couldn't wait to do that, and we
yeah.
kind of cheated a little bit beforehand and would reference each other as
I got the
that
ring already.
to some other, exactly. I'm like, well, it's it's coming
Yeah.
down the pipe. Like, come on.
Right.
But yeah, that's been like, we've just loved that. I don't know. There's something so official about getting to, call him my husband now instead of my fiance or whatever. It's that's been like an unexpected little, like, fun part of it.
I love that. And is there a Halloween Town quote that fans reference more than others? And do you have a personal favorite?
I think most people will come up to me on the street and be like, "Say it." And it took me a while to realize that they were referencing Halloween is cool. They love that line. And
Yes, classic.
uh, being normal is vastly overrated is obviously just another
My
amazing,
favorite. Yeah,
amazing line that Debbie got to say. So that's
right.
been popular. People, Halloween is cool is probably number one. I really love, magic is very simple. All you have to do is want something and then let yourself have it. I
Oh,
think that's very appropriate to humans,
yes,
mortals, creatures alike. I think that's so beautifully said. So that's probably my personal favorite. But I love that the fans share in, that they will come up to you on the street and say lines and stuff. It's just the best.
I love that. Where do you think that Marnie would be today? Do you think she'd have a magical family? What do you think her profession would be? Like maybe the mayor of Halloween Town or something?
That's, yes. I mean, I think she will, like, she would have always wanted to like continue in like a, progressive, like, let's take steps forward and like,
Mhm.
and do all kinds of new things. So yeah, I think she would either be mayor or running for mayor or in some kind of leadership position, maybe teaching a new class of witches or something too. But yeah, I feel like she would be wanting to like sit in that seat for Halloweentown and like, and be in charge in that way. I think she would love that.
Are you surprised about these films' long-lasting legacy that people still love them so much?
Yes, I am so honored. We were just supposed to make one Halloweentown movie back in the day. Like, people ask me all the time, like, was there a plan for? And no, like, we were making one movie. Disney Channel was very young and wasn't even in every household yet. And it's been so amazing to get to watch the movie grow and the channel grow over the years. And it's truly due in very large part to the amazing fans. They have loved and embraced the movies so hard over the years. We got to do sequels. I mean, now they're on Disney Plus, like, and I meet generations of families and all the time, like, grandmothers and daughters, and then, showing their kids. And it's such an honor to be a part of people's traditions that way. We could have never imagined that the movies would still hold a place, in the season in this way. It's really just so amazing.
And I'm sure it's nice that you get to share this with Daniel as well.
Yes, that became, yeah, like a fun surprise of a personal tie-in that,
Right.
yeah, it just makes us giggle, really.
I love it. I love it. Would you ever be interested in doing like a revival film or anything like that if given the opportunity?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a ton of possibilities of where Marnie and the fam could be now. And I'm Disney knows I'm down to do another. It's up to them to
Yeah. Let's
make
call him
that
up.
decision. But literally fans ask me every day,
Yes,
messages
I'm
in
sure.
person, everything. So yeah, we would all love to do another one.
Yeah. So you went to 90s Con last month. What was that
Yeah.
experience like? Was there a particular cast of a show you were excited to see or anything like that?
Yes, I grew up, in the TGIF days and
Yes.
absolutely just yeah, love so many people. I was a Full House fan.
Mhm.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like Melissa Joan Hart kind of paved the way for future teenage witches to come
For
along.
sure.
Family Matters, all those shows. So it was such an honor for me. I host and moderate some of their panels sometimes too. So like I got to talk to the Sabrina the Teenage Witch cast a few times, some of the Disney princesses, the wonderful folks from Full House, all that. Like it's so cool to get to go work in a job that where I also get to like stand off to the side and secretly fangirl and
Yes.
become friends with people that made an impact on my childhood, like
Right.
Melissa Joan Hart and Candace Cameron and all these people, amazing actors who brought me so much joy and comfort as a kid. Like now I get to, go say hi to them and ask them questions about their experience. And like, so yes, that's I guess a very long way of saying I I have so much fun of those things because I truly get to like meet some people that made an impact on me when I was younger, in a and then go meet some other friends. So it's really a fun weekend.
And last question, what's next for you? Like, what should we look out for?
Ah, you're sweet. I have a few things. I was just in an episode of a Disney animated show called Ghost and Molly McGee that's on Disney Plus.
I love that.
I got to play a teenage ghost in that, so that was fun. And I've got a horror film that we're putting together funding for right now. And I continue to make content on social media and do appearances and cons
Yeah.
and audition and work in my Etsy shop, Craftily Creative. And so just continuing to be creative in
Yeah.
all the different areas and grateful that people still keep up with what I'm doing and want to see things. So it's yeah, it's fun.